Hey, welcome back to the channel. New episode, Copperhead Customs. If you are new, you need to go down and check out what we do. We do all sorts of stuff here, and this is one of them. 1939 Bedford on a weighted tonner chassis. $5,000 build. We're doing this for $5,000. Yes, that's right, $5,000, guys. Hey, check it out. It's badass, and it will be going very soon. So, in this video, we're going to do a quick rundown of where we are at with it, because we haven't touched it for a while. What the plan is, what's happening with it, and then we might finish it. Reaper! Alright, so let me check if it turned on. Yes, it did. Right, here we are again. Now we're back in the shed. The old Chief's covered up. And you haven't seen this guy for a while, have you? It's looking badass as ever. Flat tire, we've got to fix that. So we'll go, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So we've got the little bonnet half. The other half's here. It's too broachy, so a template. And whether we use this one or just use it as a template, don't know. But these come off of the green stubby nose. Okay? Now, I may have picked up a bonnet. I don't know as yet, but I'm either going to use that or use it as a template. I'm not sure. And what I was thinking, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking of making it all just one piece, a big slide on in one piece maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know if I like it on there, but I might have to run it legally. I don't know. And for the sides, these side bits, you know, they normally have like either horizontal or vertical like flutes in them. I know my mate, who I'm doing the stuff with, who's welding out my other chassis, and he's going to get the Plymouth. Plymouth? Yeah, the Plymouth. He has this, I don't know, it's a whole punching thing. I don't know what you call it. It punches holes in it and it like flares it down and makes it look all sexy. I was thinking last night, I think he's got some other little tricky, he does this sheety stuff. And he's got a few more of those flash tools, I think. But I was thinking last night, I wonder what that would look like with like the side PC with a series of round holes all somehow in it. I don't know. It's just something that popped into my head. So anyway, what's going on with this? You ask? Well, look, we got stuff everywhere on the bench. Now, normally the bench is a mess. This is a good mess for once. This isn't a bad mess. So I've been upgrading some parts out of our other green Bedfords that we just picked up, mainly out of the big one. So we've pulled the two wiper motors out because I think they go through and they'll be good. We've got the two wiper arms. I pulled out a switch. What's this one for? Little throttle. I thought that was groovy. There's a couple more different ones of them. There's a choke and another one. Here's the ignition switch. So I'm going to go get a key cut and I'm going to get onto this and see if I can fix this all up and get this to work. I pulled this little switch off. I think this might be our start. I don't know what this one was going to be. It's not. No, that will probably be that might be our headlights maybe. It looks like a two-stager. Yeah. So with that, might be the headlights maybe or something. We'll use that one. There is another switch up there for the start, I think. This here, this is the piece that goes on here, which has an arm that goes over onto there, and it all for our throttle linkage. So here's the little piece we've been missing. Now I could have made this, but why make it when we can put a legit one on? So we've got that piece. Now we also took off the hopefully this will work, is the little straight spout thermostat housing. So now we just need a little tiny straight pipe. So I think that's the same size. So we're going to nick that. What else we got up here? We've taken the mirror off. Our mirror off. That was already on because we've moved it. We've got to move that. That can go in the basket. We've got this beautiful gauge. I haven't cleaned it yet, but check that out. What is it? It's petrol and amps. And we got a ignition light, and what's that one say? Can we read that one, anyone? No, I can't read that one, what that one says. But anyway, that's a nice looking gauge, good nick. So we get that working. Now, honestly, if we can't get the gauges to work, I'd like them to work, of course, but if they don't, we can't get them to work, I can deal with that, because you know what I'll do? I'll just have them lit up. We'll just have them nice little lit up gauges in there, at least. So, that's got to go in and replace the one. We'll look inside there in a minute. So I haven't really done any work on the Bedford. We're just getting everything freaking organised, because one of our next videos, well, we do have this. There's this video. There's one more that I'm in the middle of editing, which has been freaking me out a fair bit. It's a bit out there. It's nothing to do with cars. I'll let you. It's to do with snakes. You know how I'm freaky with snakes, so it's actually been freaking me out. I haven't been able to edit it yet, but I'm going to try to edit it tonight. So we'll see how we go with that. Then the next one after that is on this. We're about to start hitting the Bedford. So as you would have seen, we've got it in its new home. So these are the pedals off of the big long nose green Bedford up the top. I've been looking at them and trying to work it all out, and I'm just not happy with any of it. It's been doing my head in. You should have known the pedals have been causing me grief from day one with this project, and they still were. We'll get to that in a second. This is our handbrake. This actually all works. So we've got to make a mount for this. So we're going to clean the rust up a bit more. But that one actually all works legit, like all perfect. So I think that's a nice little feature we're going to put in there, is the old legit handbrake. So you can see it's all nice. It all ratchets up in there. So that's the handbrake we're going to put in. Now, inside. We'll jump on in. Oh, where's my badge? What do I do with that? I did have a badge on here. So yeah, we'll take this ignition out, swap it with the other one. We'll take this gauge out, swap it. We might be able to use this one on another one. We'll see if we've got a nice glass. I've got a feeling we've got to find out about this switch, if this is a stop or a start. I'm thinking I could maybe use that as my start button. See, because it's just a... So I'm thinking that could be my start button. This is obviously our high-low beam. This could be our... I think it may be my window winder. We'll put that other little switch in for the headlights. And what else we got? What's this one? I think that's that one says choke. So whether I don't know if we're running a choke on this. What to do with that clamp? Ah, here it is. So we've got this. I've given it a clean. So that sits up on the dash. Up there. Oh, can you see that? No, because I'm so that will sit up there. Alright, in the hole, all beautiful. So that's what we're doing there, and I think we'll mount the mirror. We put the mirror up the top now. Now, look, this still isn't even all of it yet. We've still got a couple more pieces coming. So, I've gone all out. We're still in budget. I haven't done the maths exactly, but we're still going to be in budget. So, we're going to make this $5 This thing's drive down the street for $5 Alright, I've pulled it off. So, this is what we've got here. We've gone all out, and we are doing everything. Front and rear shockers. Brand new. All brand new. We're keeping the drum brakes. So we've got front and rear drum brake pads. We've got a brand new master cylinder to suit drum brakes. We've got 4 new battery clamps. What are these ones? These are our wheel bearings, I think. And what's in here? Yeah, wheel bearings. So we got There are front and rear wheel bearings. I don't know which one's which. And we've got some, these might be, sorry, I've stuffed that up. There's our set of wheel bearings for the front. So these are our rear ones here. We've got new, what are they called? I've gone dumb. This is freaking COVID fog. I tell you, I'm losing my marbles. What are they called? In the brakes. What is it? Is it a wheel cylinder? I don't even know what it's called. I've gone totally stupid. They go in the brakes. I got dumb. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, see what goes on? This freaking COVID, I tell you, it's made me stupid, I think. So anyway, we got them anyway. I'll show you what they are so you know what I'm talking about. I seriously can't think of what they're called. They're wheel cylinders. Anyway, those things. I don't know what they're freaking called. They go in the brakes anyway. I don't know. So we've got 4 of them for the front and the rear. So there's the other set there, 4 of them. We got upper and lower ball joints. We got tie rod ends. And steering arm ends, I think they've got it there. We got all the bushes for the upper and lower control arms in the front. What was this one? Stabilizer bar link. So therefore our drop link arms. We've got a set of springs and stuff, new brake components there. We said the wheel bearings. We got grommets for the motor, new brake lines. What's that one? Oh, there are a couple of new wheel studs and nuts because there's one broken. I've also got something else upstairs. Can't think what that is either. It's like in here. So anyway, basically every bush suspension brake component is being replaced. I've also ordered, I'm seriously lost my mind. It's not copper brake lines, it's the copper, is it copper nickel? Copper nickel brake lines I've bought. So I've bought a heap of tubing and fittings to bend up all new brake lines. This is what I've come up with the pedal. I bought one pedal. One pedal. But haven't you got a manual? Why do you want one? You want 2? No, I bought one pedal. I bought a Wheelwood racing pedal. I'm going to mount it in there. We might have to just change the there a bit. All right. So this is my plan. This is, like I've said, this has been my bone of contention for ages. And what I've gone and done is I've gone and bought another motor, an automatic gearbox. We're going to rip this motor out and we're going to swap it for another 202 with an auto. Okay. So that's what we're going to do with that. We're going to swap the motor and box over. So that's not going to affect our price because it's probably actually, if I wanted to be serious, I've got it cheaper than what I'd sell this one for. But I'm not going to sell this one. I'll use this in something else. So they basically just going to cancel each other out. Okay. And I spent money on the shifter and other stuff on that will have to come out of the pricing. So it actually does work out better, I think, that I actually do it this way. So yeah, we bought one pedal, a Wheelwood pedal. I've bought a B&M shifter for it, which doesn't really, you know, I was really liking that other shifter I made, but like I said, we'll use it in something else. So I've worked a way of making the B&M shifter look a little bit older. So we're going to put a B&M shifter in it, a different motor, and auto. From all my research, this is the only way it's possible. Okay? Now for everyone, before they all start carrying on, I'm not even going to go through it in this one. We'll go through it in the Bedford video, eh? But it's all to do with the way that this 3-speed gearbox clutch is set up. It's called a rat trap system. It's a very painful system. It's it causes issues, and it's nearly impossible to fit the pedals and all of that in here. Okay, because we've got our oil filter there. We've got to try to have this rat trap configuration in there, and then we've got pedals and all this malarkey going on in there. So every which way I turned, doing undermount brakes, and then it all just led to issues everywhere. So we're just putting a pedal in. We're going to put the master cylinder here, and that's that. Okay, we're going to go auto. So trust me, on this build, this time, this is the best way of doing it. This is like 6 months of racking my brain of how to do this, and this is the only good way I can come up of doing it, with it looking good, being feasible, being in budget. So back to this rat trap malarkey. To change it to a cable setup costs about $300 without pedals yet, okay, or without the masters or any of that. Just to change this rat trap configuration to a cable configuration costs about $300. Or you can change it to a hydraulic setup with a slave cylinder, but that costs about $800. It's not happening. All right. Now we could use this. 1940 Chev. Be quiet, everyone will get the shits because they'll say I should put a V8 in it. But we could actually put this in that and make a $5 grand budget easy. All right, so that's what we're thinking. And the other thing I've come up with is I went and bought a proper Holden 1 tonne fuel tank. So we're going to take that Suzuki Swift fuel tank out that I've got in under the tray, which has the electronic fuel pump in it. So we're going to get rid of that because I've been thinking about it, and I spoke to another good friend who's gun mechanic, and I just questioned him, saying, this is a fuel injected fuel pump, so it's running like 30 psi, and I could put it on so then we have to get rid of our manual one, yeah, and we can block that off easy enough. Then we're running 30 psi up to here. We have to put a fuel regulator on it, get it back down to like 5 psi, which is another cost, yeah, to run it through the carby. And he said, you're going to burn those pumps out constantly, and you'll end up burning the car to the ground probably one day, because you're just doing something stupid. So yeah, we're going to scrap that petrol tank. I didn't pay a lot for the original one, nice one. So and I got all the brackets and everything to put back in. So we're going to put the original fuel tank back in. So basically, there's only 1 or 2 parts I've got to buy for this now. A couple of fuel lines, handbrake cables. We've got to work the handbrake cables out, which will be nothing. So a couple of cables, a couple of fuel lines, and probably just the motor servicing. Motor trans. We'll service the trans and the motor, and I think we're there on all the parts to build this now. Okay, so we've still got so now we're going to crack into it. It's about to get up in the air. Oh, and the other thing we bought is, because this was another snag, going automatic, that's not an automatic radiator, so you need to, and then I was like, oh. So I've gone and bought a transmission cooler and lines and stuff as well. So I think I've got it all. All right. So yeah, we are ready to smack on this now. All right. Now outside's the motor. It's the same. It's another 202. It's not painted yet, so I'll paint it first, and then yeah, in the next video you'll see this will be getting torn down, and we'll be swapping motors, and off we go. We're going to go full steam ahead. The interior's got to come out. Yeah, we're just waiting for a few more parts to come, but in the meantime, we'll get stuck into it, and we want to be driving this thing soon. So that's where we're at with the Bedford. All right, so I hope you all understand that, and we will make $5 grand budget on this car. Okay. I may even still have a few $100s left to play with. I'm right around it. I tell you. I think I was at 3,000 approximately as it sat. was approximately 3,000, give or take a couple of hundred, because we'll have to check all the figures, because there'll be like a shifter I bought that I don't need, and there'll be something else, and so there's a few little things that I have to add into the figures, but I think I'm at about 3,000. That was my cost. And the costings I had for you guys, if you were to do it yourselves, was slightly higher, like a few $100s extra, because I had some stuff laying around. But in saying that, I've spent another, I'll have to add it all up, I think 1,500 would be at the most I've spent. I think 1,500 I've spent. So that still gives me, 500, give or take 100 or two, hopefully, to play with. But what I'll try to do is I'll try to make it so that I'm under, and the actual legit costings, if you had to go buy everything, will be $5,000. So that's the plan. We've still got to check the headlights. We've still got to wire it. I've got to work out the wire. Any auto Lex, you want to jump on board, sing out, someone, whatever, send me wiring diagram. I don't know nothing about wiring. I'm going to have to research it and work it all out. So anyone around wants to be part of this, sing out, or just someone that's smart with electrical, send me a wiring diagram how to hook it up. We're talking pretty basic stuff here. Headlights. Oh yeah, I've got to buy a set of blinkers. Yeah, so we've got headlights, blinkers, run the motor. We're not having interior lights. We've got a windscreen wiper, start button, and that's it. Like, it says tail lights, like basic as it gets. So that's the plan. That's where we're at on the Bedford anyway. All right. So I am actually really, really excited to get this done now and get this finished. We've still got a lot of work. We're probably going to look at those back guards. We might look at the back guards. We've still got to we've got to rip the front rims apart, get them painted up the right colour. We've got to probably make a bonnet. We've got to pressure test the radiator. We've got to do a motor swap. We've still got to weld a couple of brackets in. We've got to weld some brackets more for the tray. That all has to be bolted down. We've got to make all new brake lines. Like I said, interior out. There's a few bits of welding in there to do. Probably some modifications to the floor. The other floor has to be finished. So there's still a lot of work, but now it's all the fun stuff, right? Because all of this is worked out, and I've nearly cleaned the shed up enough where it's half enjoyable to come in. All right, so that's that one. Next, wait till you see what's next. Wait, so that's it on this one. It's just going to be a quick rundown on that. Next episode, look out, we're going hardcore. So we'll go and drop your comments down here and let me know what you reckon of the old girl. Hey, it's a beast, isn't it? So drop your comments, go look at our other stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.